Today we want to practice skin colors, making skin colors for your self-portrait. So you can see on my self-portrait that my skin color, I try to match what my skin color is. We all have different skin colors, so you can see in this little picture that there's many different skin colors. So in your watercolor set, you do not have skin color. So we're going to have to mix. So in your sketchbook, I want you to go to your next page. You're going to put in your little bookmark, your little page that's going to protect the paper that's underneath. And with your Sharpies, you can give yourself a title, skin colors at the top, and then just do 6 sections. I chose circles. If you want to do squares, triangles, whatever you choose. Okay, and then we're going to practice mixing skin color. So the first color that we want to practice is just orange. So we're going to take orange and we're going to just mix. Notice I'm using my mixing tray. Some of you I've been watching, you'll just paint right out of the set. For some stuff that works good, but I want to take orange and water it down like this. And then we're going to give you a little piece of testing paper here. So you're going to want to test, I just pop my camera, you're going to want to test the color and make sure that that's even a good skin color. So test it on this little piece of paper. If it's too orange, then add some more water. Okay, I think that's going to look pretty good. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to paint one of my sections here, and then we're going to label how we did this so that when you look at it later, you'll be like, how did I get that color? Okay, I've got a little brush hair from my brush right there. That's okay. Oh, there it goes. All right, so you're going to use this over and over, so don't get rid of that yet. Okay, and then I want to label how I made this color. So this was orange with water. So we're going to label them as we go. Okay, so that's the first one. All right, next one is going to be, we're going to add a little brown to this. So now I'm going to take brown and I'm going to add to my little pile of orange that has watered down orange, and I'm just going to, been out tanning, and now my skin's a little darker. Okay, and now I'm going to test it here, and if that's a color that looks like a skin color, then put it on your paper. Okay, so I kind of like that one, so I'm going to take this one, paint it in here, so that I have a sample, like when you go to the paint store, you have different samples of colors. And then I'm going to label. So this one is orange, brown, with lots of water. Okay, so it's watered down. All right, now let's go to the next one. So the next one is, we're going to try something really different on this one. So I'm going to wipe my little tray clean, get that out of the way. Okay, this time we're going to try yellow, and we're going to put a little bit of purple. So that's going to be kind of weird, but I'm going to water this down. So remember, you're going to mix this on your little plate, your mixing tray. And then I'm going to pick up some purple. Which one's purple? This one's purple. Okay. So purple and yellow are complementary colors. And when you mix them together, they neutralize each other. So, as you can see, that might make a good skin color. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to just paint it over here. I want to test it first. So I'm going to put it here, and I think that would work for skin color. So I would put it over here and paint the next little sample. This would also work good for you kids with blonde hair. This could also give you a good blonde color, because blonde's, lots of kids will just choose yellow to represent blonde, but really blonde is not yellow. Okay, so that's a good actual skin color, or could be hair color. Okay, so this is yellow and purple. Kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time. Okay, then we're going to try just, I'm going to wipe that clean again. We're going to try just brown. Okay, so if you are dark skin, then you can possibly just use brown and add water. And then test it on your little paper and see if that's going to work. Now if it's really runny, see how it's really runny, I might need to pick up more color. So I might have added too much water. So you just have to adjust. Okay, kind of like putting salt on your food. You ever put too much salt on your food? Yeah, then you just get more food, right? Okay, so that's watered down brown. And I think that gives a good skin color. I wouldn't paint brown right out of the watercolor set because I think that's too intense. So you need to water it down. Okay, so this one is brown with water. Okay, the next one. So let's get rid of the brown. We're going to try 2 more. So we're going to try 6 different shades for skin color. We're going to go orange. Okay. So let's say you want it to be a little more pinkish in skin color, so then we're going to add red. Okay. Alright, now that looks pretty pinkish red there, but I'm going to just test it and see if it's going to work. So that's still pretty pink, right? So let's add some orange back into that. And it's still pretty pink. But if that's the color you want, then go for it. So I'm going to put this one here. So you have whatever you can mix. Okay. What I strongly want to tell you is do not mix a color and then just paint it right onto your skin color. You need to test it first because you never know how this is going to look on paper until you test it. Okay, so this was orange and red with water. Obviously they all have water, but that was watered down. Okay. And then the last one is we can still use this little pile here. But see how it's pretty bright? I'm going to add a little more orange. I'm going to pink it up with some red. But I want to show you how you can tone this down. So say you get like a good color, like you've got this color you like, but it's just a little bit too bright. And you're like, oh, I like that, but it's just a hair bright. How do I tone it down? Well, if I add lots of water, then it might just get too runny and not do what you want. So here's the trick. You can take just a tiny bit of blue. Okay, and blue is a complement to orange, and that'll tone it down just like the purple and the yellow. Okay, so I've got my blue. I kind of just put it out here so I don't get too much, and I'll just pull this in kind of slow and see what happens. Okay, I'll just mix that blue in. Slow. Alright, now that's looking really red. So let's see what that's going to look like. So I'm going to test it and see that's not really the skin color I'm after. So it's too red. So I'm going to add some orange. Okay, so I got to put that orange back in there. And I'm going to just add that blue in there. So remember that complements will tone down a color. Okay, now I like that much better. So that was too red. This one's too red, so I added some orange. Alright, and then the last one. And then in your sketchbook, if you forget how to make skin color, you can always refer back to this page because you've labeled each one and you know how you got that color. So this was orange, red, and tiny bit of blue. Okay, so that's how we're going to mix our skin colors. So you would choose which color you like the best, and then when you go to paint it on your self-portrait, make sure, the problem with mixing colors is if you don't mix enough color and you run out, it's really hard to make it the exact same color. So mix enough in your little tray, test it on the paper before you paint it on your face, okay? Because you don't want to ruin your picture in that last color and have the wrong skin color and then you don't like it. Okay, so test it, water it down so it's not like way bright, and let's finish up your cute little self-portraits.